Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr. I'm James Lott Jr., of course, and I'm clean close to 400 episodes of this show. Yes, 8 years, 400 episodes, my longest running show I've ever done in my entire unnatural life, but we love doing it. Yes, we do. And I always have great guests coming in here, and today is November 8th, 2022. Cannot believe it's November 8th, 2022 already, but it is. And with me, I have someone who's here with me who has KLP organizing, but also has a product that we're going to focus on called Sortifi. And we're going to figure out what that means, what that does, and how it's going to help you out there. Help me welcome Kristy Potgieter. Hi, Kristy.
Hi, James. Thanks so much for having me.
My pleasure. She's also mega NAPO certified, so maybe I'll mention that also. She's got her education. Trust me, NAPO. We love NAPO. Shout out to NAPO. My folks at NAPO. So first, Kristy, before I start, I always do my thanks and gratitude. I do every single show, and I just want to give my thanks and gratitude today because it is election day. I've already voted. I sent my votes in early, but I want to give my thanks and gratitude to my ancestors and to anyone who fought for us to have the right to vote. Women, people of color, everybody. People died for us to be able to vote. Our rights are very, especially nowadays, I don't get too political. I'm saying this is very important. No matter what side you fall on, just voting is very important. It's what we call a democracy, and it's to go out there and exercise that right. And I know for me, Kristy, I'm thankful for everyone. So I talked to my mom and them and just things they couldn't do back in the day, and could get credit cards in their own names, all these things they couldn't do, that I don't take it for granted. So every time an election comes up, I'm thankful. Also, I'm very thankful for my local elections. Those are very important. Find out who, no matter what side you are, who are your district attorneys, who are your judges, who's your mayor, who's your governor. Like it starts from home. It starts from home. Yeah. And that's just something that I'm very, very strong for. And I'm an advocate for everyone exercising their right to vote. I never tell you how to vote or what to do, but I just think it's an important thing to do. When you sit at home and say you don't vote, it hurts democracy. It just really does. And to me, I'll be very blunt, spits in the face of folks who went out there and fought their lives so that we can have this democracy in America. Right, Kristy?
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I did my mail-in ballot last week. So
me too.
Yeah.
Same here last week.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if you didn't do it, if you're going out today, you're watching our show, great, then go vote afterwards. Like just go there, find a polling spot. If you need help, there's people out there to help you. Just go out there and I think it's very important to do that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. That's my thanks and gratitude with that. And but so Kristy, welcome to the show. You're a first timer to my show, so thank you.
Yeah.
I'm getting close to 400 episodes, and I've been doing it for 8 years, and I'm like, I still love the show. I still love doing it. And it just shows how vast and wide our industry is and how it's changing and growing and morphing and stuff. And so I'm going to do a little bit of background on you. So folks, I know who you are because we talked the other day. But for folks at home, who is you? That's great. So who is you? What are you supposed to do? So first of all, how long have you been in the organizing game?
So I've been an organizer officially for 3 years, but I've been organizing for family and friends for probably the last 20 years.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And you started KLP organizing 3 years ago?
Yeah, in 2019.
Yeah. And you're over, and I said on another show, you're in Buffalo, New York. You're up in that Buffalo area, right?
No, actually, I grew up in Buffalo, or I was born in Buffalo, but I live in Florida.
That's right, Florida. So you're down in Florida, yes.
Yeah.
And do you like Florida?
Yeah, I love the beaches.
I know.
I love the beaches. I'm here for the beaches.
Oh my God, I know. But no, I've never asked this question. This just came to me. Kristy inspires me all the time. So I was talking, she inspired me something else off camera. You guys can find out later. But you just inspired me for a question, actually. I've never asked anyone on my show ever. Something new. You're in Florida.
Yeah.
When it's hurricane season, how is it being an organizer during that? Because I know when I've talked about blizzard season, I've talked about other things. I know that's about hurricane. Like, how does that affect your business?
Oh, like after the hurricane?
Or during the season? Maybe, a little bit, just the whole time. I'm in California, so I don't know.
Yeah. So I think the one thing that we always make sure we help clients with is making sure that they have an easy place for all of their most important documents. So whether it's just like an accordion file folder
Oh,
or
yeah.
something that you can just grab and go and like take with you if you're evacuating. So that includes, your insurance information, your mortgage information, like all the things.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The things that can't be replaced easily. I mean, a lot of it's changed, right? Because a lot of things we can get online.
True.
But your birth certificates and passports and
Yes.
things like that are not as easy to replicate. So it's just nice to be able to have all that and just be able to take it. And then we have like a hurricane supply bin, which just came in handy because Hurricane Ian just
Yes.
came
Yeah.
through. There's a direct hit in our area.
Wow. So it
And
was. Okay.
yeah, so the typical flashlights, candles, batteries, radio, the one thing that I realized I was missing from mine is a fan, like a fan that's a battery operated fan. So that's
Oh,
something we need to
yeah.
add to our
Yeah.
list. So just a couple things we need to add to our list, but for the most part, we had everything that we needed. But just making sure you have those supplies ready and are just as prepared as possible. Having cash is important too. And,
Yes.
we didn't have electricity for a few days afterwards. So that was important too.
It's funny you say that because, and with this, that's a whole other show we could do a show on. But I try to have cash on me now a little bit, just sometimes to have it somewhere, have it in a house somewhere nearby, whatever, just to have just a little extra because a lot of times ATMs aren't working. You can't get on, or a card machine isn't working. I mean, like you just never know. And cash still is currency. It's still good. I mean, you can spend it anywhere. Because power lines will be down. So that's very and also having the papers in one place. You're right. There's still certain things, death certificates, birth certificates, all that stuff. That stuff usually costs money, time to get them, replicate them, and get them again. I have a little pouch. I have a little pouch in a spot that I just grab it, an earthquake, and just go.
Yeah. It's great.
That's very much. I like. I'm going to ask. But I never asked that before on the show. I just never asked that before on the show. But now you're giving an idea about a show on kind of natural disaster things, what to learn, what you should do what you should have natural disasters. As I write that down. But so you came to, or how did you come to organizing? You said besides friends, 20 years, but kind of how you came to it.
Yeah, so I realized that I really loved organizing and loved organizing my own closets, and then also loved helping my family and friends organize. And so I really just enjoyed it. I've always felt like it's been therapeutic for me, like letting go of things and just keeping things in a somewhat of a system. And so I just thought, I'd love to be able to help others in my community do and feel the same way that I do. I feel like organizing is really, it's helped me so much more than just the physical aspect of it. It really does bring a sense of calm. I love my home. I love being in my home. It doesn't make me anxious with, having too many things around. And I just think there's so much more that we do as organizers that is not easily, it's not easy to convey until your clients have actually experienced it. So I just love being able to help somebody through that process and help them experience it for themselves.
Yeah, that's great. So you have a practice, and that's something totally different. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the product you have, because this is the first time we've ever talked about this product you have. It's called Sortifi. And so, so folks who are listening to this at home, or not, like, what's it? It's spelled Sortifi, Sortifi. It's you and your husband, Rian. I said it correct?
Yeah.
He's from South Africa. He's really cute, you guys. You go to the website. They're a very cute couple. But they are doing this. And so tell us what Sortifi is. And then we'll go into details. Like, kind of tell us overall what Sortifi is.
Yeah, so Sortifi is an online design program for other organizers to use for all of their space and product planning needs. So what I was realizing when I started out was I was spending a lot of time on the design and planning phase when clients wanted a lot of products to finish out their pantry or their kitchen or whatever space we were organizing. And I was just having a hard time with the time it was taking me to draw out everything. I'm a terrible sketch. I have
I
terrible
can't,
handwriting.
so I know I can't. So
Yeah. No, I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. So it was just taking me a long time. I wasn't able to really like communicate well with the client about what my vision was for the space. And so I just thought there's got to be something out there. And as I did my research and tried to see what else was out there, I realized quickly that there was nothing that really got into the cabinets and the drawers and the closets and the spaces that we're working in with our clients every day. So I thought, well, I've never done this before, but let's see if we can find a partner that can make our vision a reality and, help other organizers grow their business so that we can work more efficiently and save more time. I don't think clients realize the time and effort that goes into the planning and everything, that we don't just show up and magically like we do what we do. Like there's a lot of thought that goes into it. And whether it's just happening in your head or it's happening on paper or on your computer, it's a lot of time. And so just how can we minimize that is what I was trying to do with Sortifi.
It's funny because, again, this vast business, now you're talking about the business side of organizers. It's like
Right.
you said, organizing organizers. That sounds
Yes.
funny, but it's like completely something that's necessary, because if we're not organized, then our businesses don't run efficiently and smoothly. Makes it harder to get you organized. Like it really does.
Right.
So it's kind of funny. You found a niche within a niche that
Yeah.
actually is very universal, because also this can be used for, I guess, anybody, any kind of business, you're an entrepreneur or anything, but you're talking about organizing organizers and getting their stuff and their projects, because it's a lot, folks, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
So so the concept is kind of, let's just start at the beginning. The genesis is you're thinking about this one day, and then like you said, you're drawing, put in quotes, drawing.
Yeah, drawing.
drawing. And then you said, and then what did you say after that? What was the next thing? How do you create a product? Like this kind of thing. Like what's the next step usually?
Yeah, so I just started doing some research, listening to a lot of podcasts, reading books, reaching out to my network to understand like who is able to give me more insight, help me figure out what I need to figure out. And so so that's kind of where I started. And I worked with like my small business development center because they have an IT lead as well as marketing lead. So they were able to kind of help me start moving in the right direction. And then the biggest thing was just finding a developer that we could work with. And I'm sure that it's, sometimes it's hard to explain to people what organizers do, why we even exist.
Yes.
So you can imagine the conversations that I was having with developers, trying to explain to them what we do and why we do it. And so that was probably the hardest part, is just finding the right partner that I didn't have to convince why we exist. And that this was, something that is truly needed within the industry. And so we found partners overseas initially, and they were great to help us kind of through the initial beta testing and launch, which happened earlier this year. And then we have since transitioned to an awesome female developer actually in LA just a few months ago. And so it's easier to have somebody onshore that's, only 3-hour difference versus a 12-hour difference. And so she is, our new partner in crime for the continuation of Sortifi. So we're excited.
Sortifi, so it's software, correct?
Yes,
so tell us about this. I was like, well, still, what does that mean? What do I come to you, Kristy? I have a business. What's next?
Yeah, so it's a desktop software, so you can use it on your desktop computer, and you just go to sortifi.app, and there's a free trial. You sign up for a week free trial before you decide if you want to subscribe or not. But essentially it's okay, I'm going to be organizing my client's pantry, and she wants, everything to be organized with products, and she wants a certain look. And so I'm going into Sortifi, I'm creating that project for this client. I already have the measurements of the space because I'd already been out there. I take the shelves, I drag and drop it onto the screen. I put in the dimensions of the space, the dimensions of the shelf heights, all of that. And then figure out what products are going to work by dragging and dropping those onto the screen and just playing around with it. It's kind of like, the product Tetris game, only on computer instead of in person. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. So you have a free trial, like the free trial, and then if you like it, obviously they'll say, here's the pricing, whatever they're going.
Yeah.
Are there different pricing tiers? Are there different? Is it all one price? Like, how's that work? Like, from you get more for you, if you go higher, you get more. How's that work?
We tried to really keep it simple with, there's no limitations with the subscriptions. Everything is unlimited projects, unlimited product usage. So we have a monthly plan, a semi-annual plan, or an annual plan. So it's just really about how many projects, but really, if you're charging for your design time, which hopefully most organizers are, that's been a big conversation that I've been having with many of our colleagues. If you're charging for your design time, then it should really pay for itself after like the first project, because it's you're charging back to the client. So
yeah, folks.
Yeah. So we've got a couple different options there. And then we do offer like special discount codes to NAPO members, since you mentioned NAPO at the beginning of this conversation, to get 15% off. And we have different promotions throughout the year.
Well, because my thing is, I love these kind of products and things, but because one of the things I actually want to ask is, so it saves your projects on the app. Like if you're starting a project, work on another project, some of us work on several projects, obviously, at its own time.
Yeah.
So it's a place for it. It's like almost like a cloud area. It saves stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you can have your projects. You can also create templates, for yourself, so you don't have to recreate every time. So if you have your favorite go-to products for the bathroom or the pantry or whatever the case may be, you can create a template for yourself to just be able to start from a particular place. And then we're also working on like the product catalog, bringing in more existing products from the different vendors that we buy from on a regular basis. So we're getting ready to announce a couple of partnerships in the coming weeks, which we're excited about. And so hopefully the goal is to have the product catalog so built out that you're able to do your product research and design within Sortifi. And then you get a shopping list as a result of everything, showing you the quantities and the links. And so all you have to do once you're done with the project is go and order everything that you need to order.
So wait, so okay, once I catch that part, it's so you actually are linked up to several places to have your products, like a Container Store or whatever, anything that's equivalent. Interesting. Okay, did not know that.
Yeah. So the products that are not in our product catalog, because right now there's only a handful. For the products that aren't in our product catalog, the user's putting in the parameters of where they're getting the product from. So whether it's Target or Container Store or Neat Method, you're putting in the link, but then that's still coming through to your shopping list so that you just have it easily to, as an output to be able to get your shopping done quickly.
Wow. Sortifi.app. So if they come to you for additional questions, what are some of the questions you usually get? Like what are some of the common questions you get usually?
Some of the common questions are, so it's a two-dimensional design program. So we're not dealing with the depth of the shelves. So the main question is, okay, so what about the depth of the shelves? How do we define that? Because obviously that is the most important dimension. To determine what product family we're even going to start looking at. And so we don't have a depth because it's a two-dimensional program, and we're probably going to keep it two-dimensional because programs in 3D are more complicated than one would think. But what I tell everybody is you can label things on the design as well. So you can label what categories are going in the products. You can label what the products are, like whatever you need to do to kind of give yourself a roadmap so you can print it out, bring it on site with you when you're going to install everything. Or if you have a team of people that are going on site to install everything, that they're going to install everything the way you kind of envisioned it. So I just recommend that you bring the text over and say shelf depth equals 12 inches. And then that way that's your reference point as you're going to source your products. You kind of know what you're dealing with. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to incorporate that. We've got a long wish list. So we're always looking for feedback from our organizing friends. So we've got a pretty good wish list going right now. That's a common question. And then the other common question is just, you can create your favorite products. So you have your go-to products that you use on most projects. You can actually save those to your favorites to save you time. So just asking more about how that works and looks is a common question too.
Yeah, I was good. But funny, the depth part, yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of important on some level.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of important. That's so funny. I love this. And so, how long has it been up and running so far?
Since February of this year. So
Very
it's
good.
yeah, I guess
Congratulations. That's good.
8 months.
Congratulations. This is great.
Thank you.
Sortifi.app, of course, but you can go to, I guess, yes, sortifi.app. And he has to have a page called About Sortifi. They have a subscription, they have a blog. So you can go there and find out more information, of course, or contact her, of course, and figure out what's going on. But I get to look around, take a look around in there, see what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't do much organizing anymore because I'm more doing other stuff. But I mean, I'm very curious myself, so I'm going to take a look in there and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'll tell people about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course, about it. Thank you so much for being on the show, Kristy. It's a pleasure
Thanks
having
for
you.
having me.
It's been good getting to know you also at the same time getting to know you. I might have you back on about the hurricane thing. That was kind of very interesting stuff that you were talking about. That could be some good information because it's coming out. That stuff's all kind of here now, but natural disasters, not things for earthquakes. So it's kind of like that could be still something we can talk about. So I'll be back on. But
for sure.
For being on the show. Actually, do you have any social media handles?
Yeah, Instagram, Sortifi, SORTIFI, and we're on Facebook and Pinterest, all the same, Sortifi. Find us there. Yeah.
So find them there. Do it.
Yeah.
I told you to. So yes, you did. And I'm James Lott Jr. AlotofHelp.com. It's a lot with 2 T's. There's also a page for the Super Organizer. So go ahead and go there. I'm also Super Organizer Show on Twitter and Facebook. Super Organizer on Facebook, and it sounds dirty, but it's not. The Super O on Twitter. I couldn't get org or anything. It was already taken. So Super O, been that for 9 years. It's not totally legit. It's fun. That's what I have on there. But it's organizing seriously and for business. I think all you personal organizers should check this out for business, especially. Again, we all know this. When you have systems in place, your life runs smoother. We know that. It's proven. I don't even think I have to deny. It's proven. So check out this. It's called Sortifi. I'm James Lott Jr. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.